Alright, today I'm showing y'all how to install your vinyl lettering on your truck. You can do it yourself, it's not that hard. Hope you can hear me, it's a lot of background noise. But your first step is gonna be, and I already did it, but I'll just do it again for the sake of the video. I like to take a microfiber cloth with something good and clean. You wanna make sure your truck's pretty clean. Mine was, it just was a little dusty, and just wipe off the area real good. Make sure there's no dirt, lint, or anything on there. So you get a good, smooth, clean surface to stick your vinyl onto. And once you get that clean, these are my only tools I have. I have a flat scraper. This is going to be to get the air bubbles out. You can use a credit card or a license if you don't have one of these. Nice lady at the sign shop, she throws these in. I got some tape. You'll see what I have there for. A knife or a razor blade. And of course your decals. Okay, I left one tool out. Next tool you're gonna want is a ruler, tape measure. If you have a level, I guess you can use that also. I couldn't show this on camera because I needed both hands, but what I like to use is 2 pieces of tape. It's actually gonna be 3 pieces. I'm gonna put another one in the middle once I know that I got it straight. And the type of method that I use is called I forgot. It's where you split it in half. I do it in half, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's a technical term for it, but I don't know. And what you want to do is, I'm gonna see if I can get this on camera. You just want to measure from the bottom of your sign to the bottom of wherever you're mounting it to. You want to make sure it's even all the way across. And mine is pretty much dead on there, and that's how you can go about making sure it's straight. Also, I like to use reference points. As you can see, I'm mounting mine on my sleeper, but I like to use reference points to other things, so I want to make sure it's symmetrical. You know, I think that's the right word. From what I did on the other side, so I don't want the sign starting here on this side, and I started it back here on the other side. So I just try to take some type of measurement on the other side, and I actually already did that, and mine's is pretty much square on there. And make sure everything lines up right. Now that we know we're pretty much level, I'm gonna take another piece of tape, and I'm going to put it right here in the center and some more down at the bottom also. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece of tape off, and I'm gonna fold this in half. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to get on the video, because once I start actually doing it, I may not be able to hold the phone. But I'm gonna take this in, and I'm gonna fold it back to about the center. I'm gonna put my other piece of tape about right there, which is a little less than the center. I'm gonna put it about right there, and I'm gonna fold this back. And then this is where the knife comes into play. I'm gonna fold this back. I'm gonna peel the back side of my my paper off, and then I'm gonna cut that off. I'm gonna peel this off and tape it over here so it doesn't move. And I'm gonna peel the white part of the paper off. And at that point, that's when you have to be very careful, because you can there's really no room for errors at that point. And once I have my white piece of paper cut off, I'm gonna tape, and I'm gonna just lay it out. I'm just gonna fold this back out, and at the same time smoothing it out with my straight edge. You want it as straight as possible, because you don't want any creases or wrinkles in there. Because if you get a crease or wrinkle in there, it's going to make your letters look bad. Another thing I like to do is before I take the white backing off, I like to just trace each one of my letters and numbers, just to make sure it sticks. To this front piece good. because a lot of times once you start peeling that back piece off, you'll see some of the letters will start to come off with it, and you don't want that. If that happens, you just put it back together, and a lot of times it'll just start. And I can't show you because I can't use the other phone, but I'm trying to explain it to you best I can. But if that happens, you just, you know, just put it back together, put 2 pieces of paper back together, and a lot of times that'll make it stick to this front piece. And if you need be, you can just peel the letter off and stick it to the front side, and that'll work. Okay, I'm gonna try to show y'all. As you can see, I've added my extra pieces of tape there, and you see how I got this kind of folded back in half now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape this side back over here, and then I'm gonna cut this white backing off. You see how the 2 pieces, they separate? I'm gonna see if I can show you what I meant. Okay. You see that? You see how the lettering is sticking to this front piece? That's what you want it to do. If it sticks to this white piece, like I said, you just put it back together, just fold it back together like that. I'm trying my best to demonstrate it to you. Just fold it back together, and a lot of times it'll stick to the front piece. And that's how you want to do that. Like I say, that we're entering the crucial part of this now, because at this point is, if you mess up here, you pretty much screwed your lettering up. So like I said, I'm gonna take this back in half, and then I'm gonna take this white piece, I'm gonna cut this white piece off, and I'm going to then we're gonna start the process. Okay, as you can see, I got it taped back halfway. All of my letters are stuck to my front piece. I got the other half, I just cut it off. As you can see, it doesn't have to be necessarily straight, but you want it relatively straight. I hate to be one of those videos, but I can't show you this on the camera because I'm gonna need both my hands. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna untape this, and right at the crease, I'm gonna have this piece in my right hand and this in my left hand. And as I'm unfolding it, all I'm gonna do is just be smoothing it out. You can kind of, if you're feeling lucky, sometimes you can just take this and you can just, if you hit it just right, sometimes you can just stick it over there and it'll go straight. But that's risky, because if it doesn't go straight and you get a wrinkle in there, like I say, I'm not gonna say you've messed your letters up, but I've done it before, and it leaves a crease in there. So like I say, we're just gonna unfold it, and just, I don't like to go too slow, because if you go too slow and you try to be too careful, that's usually when you make a mistake. So I just try to go ahead and get it over with, if you but at the same time being as precise as I can be. But I just try to go ahead and get it over with, because like I say, you start going too slow, you start making mistakes with it. And I'm gonna do this half, and then I'm gonna show you the other half there. I believe this method is called the wedge method. I think that's what it's called, the wedge method. And this is what it looks like when you get the half done. I actually wind up doing the method that I advise you guys not to do, because sometimes if it goes to getting away from you, you'll see once you unfold it, if it tries to get away from you, the wind blows, or for whatever reason, then it's best to just, sometimes I'll just take a gamble, and I'll just go ahead and, with, I say, the paper in my right hand, this in the left hand, I'll just go ahead and just, I don't know if you can see that, just, and then after you get it on there, I actually think I didn't do too bad of a job. You want to take this, and all you're doing is just smooth your bubbles out. See, that's an example of what could happen. Even though I'm gonna be all right, because it happened right at the edge of the number, so that's not gonna show up. You're not worried about creases in this white paper because that's going to peel right off. But you see, if I had got that piece right there on the letter, that would be bad, especially if I had got this crease right here, because you can't smooth that out and it would be on the letter. But for the most part, I did pretty good. I'm going to take my finger. I'm not going to bore y'all with that, but like I said, I just like to trace around all the letters, just trace them out. And that way you press out any air bubbles that might be in there. And if after you pull the bubbles off, if there's still some air bubbles in there, don't worry about it, because a lot of times when the sun hit it, it will, when the sun hits it, it will go ahead and take care of that. They'll disappear. But we're gonna do the same for the other side. Once I trace all these letters out, I'm gonna peel this side back, tape it over here, and this side is gonna be much easier because we already got it cut. So at that point, we're just peeling this off, and we'll have our putty smoother thing in our right hand, this side in our left hand, and you just stick it onto the truck. It's in the straightest line as you can. Try to keep the paper straight and just smooth it as you go. Okay, I actually rigged up me a bootleg tripod, because like I said, I hate to be one of those videos where they show you, they're showing you how to do something, but they don't actually show you how to do it. They do it and then they go back and tell you what they did. I want to actually be able to show this to y'all if I can. Like I said, we're just gonna peel this side back now. And I wish I had thought of this when I did the other side, but at least you'll have one side. It's pretty much the same process. And okay, like I said, we're just gonna fold it back. Peel our white paper off. Make sure, see, I don't know if y'all can see that. One of the letters, you can't see it, but one of the letters start coming off on the white paper. So I'm just going to peel it off and stick it back onto the correct side that we want. See that? Like I said, this is the part you have to be very careful with, because it's the point of no return. All I'm doing is I'm just taking that tape off. I don't want that tape getting in the way. And see, if you can see it, we're going to, I say, just try to keep our paper straight as possible. Make sure it's not wanting to crease up on us. And I'm gonna try to okay. Maybe y'all can see it better from that angle. All I'm doing is just ironing it, making sure it's not wanting to crease up on me, and just fold that baby on there. And that's all it is to it. See, and then we just get all air bubbles out. And we're going to trace every letter around there just to make sure we got all the air bubbles out. Just trace it. I'm not going to bore y'all with doing that on the camera. Okay, so we're just about done smoothing all our air bubbles out. Like I said, you still have some in there. I'm not a professional by any means, but I've done these a few times because I got tired of paying people. But so once you get it all smoothed out, and you think you got everything stuck, you just go ahead and peel the white backing off, and the same as before, you want to make sure your letters are not peeling off with you. If so, you just fold it back up and kind of make them press them back down onto your paint. But if you hit it right, with any luck, you'll have yourself a good gender reveal. See, that's coming off. That's coming off like we want it. Yow! And I'm gonna do my fire extinguisher inside signs and all of that stuff also. But I just wanted to show you this because this is the biggest one. You follow the same procedure for your fire extinguisher, your truck number, or anything that see that? It looks pretty good now. No creases, or anything of that sort. So I think we did a pretty good job there. If you know a better way, drop it in the comments. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I just was out here doing this, and I thought I'd show someone, in case any of you own operators, lease operators, want to try it for yourself there. You don't want to pay somebody $20 or $30 or whatever they charge there. But that's it. It's another Brother Trucking episode. I got more videos. Be sure to check those out, mechanic videos and stuff. This is my first time doing a install video. But if you like it, press like, give me a subscribe, and put your own letters on next time. Yeah.